We have found Shakespeare, guys. How you doing today, Shakespeare?
How you doing, man? Doing all right?
Yes, sir. I have a couple questions for you today. I would like to start off by asking, you were born on April 23rd, 1564. Growing up in Stafford-upon-Avon with your mother Mary and your father John, what were some interesting things about your parents that helped you make into art?
Well, my parents were a very important part of my life. They both had jobs on their own while raising me. And my dad, worked as a apprentice glover and a tanner of leather. And my grandfather, Robert Arter, he owned about 60 acres of land, so money wasn't really a problem, with my family. And neither of them knew how to write, so, that's where I didn't get it from. So.
Okay, I found out you started school at the age of 6 years old in the Stratford-upon-Avon, right?
Yep.
Okay. Learning many different subjects such as reading, writing, and other things. Those were There were also lessons about beliefs, right? You had
Absolutely, yeah.
okay, ruling monarchs and stuff. Learning about those things. What influenced you as a writer?
Well, there are a lot of different stories. I mean, being in school, but I attended King Edward IV, and I went to school, and they educated mostly boys. Um, we studied a lot of Latin, and we were younger, and as we go, we studied a lot of writing. As we began to get older, poetry and writing became a big factor. So studying that in school was what really influenced me to go the way I went with writing and stuff.
Okay. I know I don't believe this, but many people like to argue that you really didn't write some of everything that you wrote. But to say someone who came from a poor side of town wouldn't have been able to come up with the things necessary to write the things you have been writing, how do you feel when people say those things, and how do you defend yourself against these claims?
Well, there are some people that believe my work didn't come from me, but I honestly don't blame them. It's my work and it's that good.
So
So
good work, good work.
I don't blame them for thinking it's not mine. But therefore, I explain to them that it is, and I created it. Growing up and going to school that I attended inspired me to start writing. And I have many things that gave me other ideas and in that way. So.
Okay, speaking of your life, there's not much information of you between 1582 to like 1592. Many have wondered what happened. What happened during that time period? What were some things you were able to complete while you been gone?
Well, throughout that time, I use that. I use it to focus. On my family. Both Ann and I. Excuse me. I got married. In 1582, and I also had 3 kids. Suzanne, Hamnet, and Judith. All this time I took basically to just get away from the world and focus on myself and my family. I also took some of that time, write 1, 2, and 3 of Henry the Fourth.
Here,
So,
fourth.
yeah. So most of the time was focus on me and family, and also, do some work on myself. And I just believe that everybody, deserves some time away in order to get themselves together and back on track.
Mm-hmm. You were also a very wealthy man, right? Smart.
Yeah.
What made you come up with the idea of joining the joint stock company?
Well, joining the joint stock was one of my best investments money wise. I joined the Chamberlains, man. That's what they call it.
Chamberlains, man.
Yeah, and the company helped me, invest money into paying for some of my plays and taking care of expenses for family. And I grew up on a very poor environment, so that's what kind of gave me the drive in order to go get, mine.
Go get your own stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. And we're back after the commercial break. Still have Shakespeare here. Over all the years of people watching other writers, seeing your reactions to art, people are counting to read about you and also learn some educational things about you. If you were in today's society, what would you think of the writers?
Well, for one, I'm probably about 450 years old, but I know one thing I really have to, fit in with modern day society. Um, it'll be a really big change for my day, especially with the way the English language has changed dramatically from the time period of me being born and now. But one thing I can say is my work wouldn't have to change because in the society, people who are new to the language are the ones that pick up my work firsthand. So that's one big major thing in it.
Okay, that's interesting. You're very famous for one of your stories. You know the story of Romeo and Juliet. That's one of my favorite stories. The characters of Romeo and Juliet commit suicide because they thought of each other. No, wait. Oh, how I say this? They thought each other were dead because of reasoning. Why do you write this story?
Well, this story by Romeo and Juliet are one of my favorites because writing this story was very challenging, and to me it was, because of the scenario of it. That's why today people are still reading it and it's still read in schools and stuff like that. The reason for this story is to show couples that think things that are, that separate them are the worst, but it's actually
Really
something,
not.
that's even worse than their situation. And but the story was about Romeo and Juliet, and they were in love, and um, the families were very different with culture wise, and that was what came between them as a couple.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you know, families hated each other, so they couldn't be around each other, and hard for them to see one another.
Mm-hmm.
And which was the reason for both of them committed suicide because of so much love.
So much love and the tension. Okay. In your time period, people wanted art that helped them escape their daily life struggles and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Things have changed from now, especially the way that people write. Looking at today's society, what things in your work that you see that you affected today?
Well, it's been a while. My work has gotten out to the people, but answering the question, I would say that I really affect the English language quite a bit. Throughout my work, I created hundreds of new words to the vocabulary. It was very hard, but I used a lot of creativity and my sharp mind to do it. So, for example, I created the verb to torture.
Mm-hmm. You did.
I also played around with a lot of other words, but um, and some words that were already made, and I tweaked them a little bit. Gave my own little remix.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, guys, that's it for me and Shakespeare. Nice to have you on the show today.
Thank you, man.
All right. Goodbye.
Hey.
Shakespeare, get off your phone, man. I'm trying to interrupt my show. Jeez, God.
If you don't already. Going to school, I attended, is what inspired me to start writing. So I have many things that gave me ideas of what
What
to
is
write
this?
about.
Is this really Shakespeare?
Oh my God.
Is this really Shakespeare? Oh, this Shakespeare for real. They got Martin Luther
Hey man,
King.
come on, man.
Where y'all get this
That
from?
was all Queen the idea of joining the joint stock company. And I appreciate that, Car. Joining the joint stock company. Alright, man. So, Shakespeare, first question. You were born April 23rd, 1564, right?
Yeah, man.
Shakespeare's a little happy to be with us today, guys.
Right, man.
Somebody look.
Oh, man.
I can see what he's saying now, like when you read out loud.
Bloopers.